Alright, Truth and Reconciliation, easily the hardest combat evolved LASO mission by far. Let's get into this. You want to just be wary that your ammo is pretty limited from the start. You don't have a lot of AR ammo. You have a ton of sniper ammo to spawn in with, but recession is on, and the problem with this mission is there is very, very, very little ammo pockets around the map. In this beginning area, there's only 2 health packs. Don't be afraid to use your sniper ammo. You spawn with a ton of it, but the maximum you can pick up is 24 in reserve, but you spawn with 64 in reserve. So in this beginning part of the mission, before you get into the ship with lots of sniper ammo, you can just use your sniper on the 2 elites that spawn in. That's what I did before they even notice. And then when the people notice, when all the Covenant see you, they start shooting, I just let the Marines go forward and soak up all the damage and deal a little bit of damage. I pepper the grunts, and then usually if there's a jackal still alive, I'll rush the jackal, try and get some shield. The Marines usually die and drop ammo, and you can only hold 600 in the reserve for the assault rifle, so might as well grab it. Right up here on these rocks here, you can hide behind them, and you can hear the jackal footsteps. And jackals are really easy in Halo 1 to get shield from in LASO.
Stop. Motion tracker shows movement around the next bend.
After you kill that jackal, a minor elite will jump down. If you're quick enough, you can snipe him in the face right as he jumps down, but I wasn't quick enough. Here there's a major elite around the corner. I use a grenade and then back up, and he usually runs out towards these health packs here, or these ammo. But for some reason, I don't know why. Again, this run was really weird. He stayed there looking at the grenade. So I guess if you can use the grenade tactic on these guys, which is just you throw a nade at someone that doesn't see you before. Like if they haven't noticed you and you throw a nade, they're gonna be staring at the grenade. So I guess that's what happened. I just was able to assassinate him. Yeah, he usually runs out and he goes around to the left where all the grunts are. So you can probably pop one of those grunts and it'll get a shield down. And then this ammo pack, or this ammo station slash deposit, I guess is what you would call it. So there's 1 health pack, 2 sniper cartridges, 3 AR packets, and 5 grenades. The assault rifle packets have 240 rounds each, so in total you're gonna have 720, and then the sniper ammo cartridges have 16 rounds each. But the thing with that is, with the sniper ones, if you're only missing 1 shot and you pick up the cartridge, it'll delete the entire cartridge as if you picked up 16 shots. So if you want to like actually space out your like collection of ammo, only pick up the sniper cartridges when you're down to 8 sniper shots in reserve. And that's usually what I do. I usually just go back when I'm out of sniper ammo and I pick up 1 cartridge. When I go down to 8, I'll pick up the other one. And this run was weird. I don't really play this mission a lot solo, especially not in LASO. And I was able to get a ton of Marines to spawn in at different parts of the mission. I've never seen it happen, but I guess at any point in the mission, if you get Marines, just let them die, because they can drop the AR ammo, which, you know, is nice, but it's not that much of it, and it's not too useful other than just killing grunts. But more importantly, they drop grenades and catches on, so they drop a lot of grenades. And you'll see, I'll go back there, and there's just like a ton of frag grenades on the floor. So that really helps out because that gives me like a buffer of grenades. So I have 5 grenades back at the original ammo deposit, and then a ton of grenades out in there in the open area where they got dropped off. So I think later on they'll despawn eventually, but yeah, that definitely was helpful. I don't think that happens on co-op because every time I do this mission co-op on LASO, I never get any Marines to drop off until the very end. Yeah, so here those Marines got dropped off, so I grabbed the camo and just ran past everybody. So they wouldn't see me. They wouldn't see me anyways because I had camo, but sometimes they shoot at you and make you visible. No point in throwing that grenade there, but I had a bunch of grenades. So when you see these 2 elites come out, that means you triggered the next area and you can head back now. I find it easier to head back past these people than to go forward and get trapped in between those 2 areas in the pathway. If you can, kill those 2 jackals. And you should get a checkpoint when you go back. I did here a little bit earlier, and then I died a few times. But yeah, there's a ton of grenades on the floor, but I go back because I was low on sniper ammo, and I grabbed one of the sniper cartridges. There was a ton of grenades dropped off by the Marines, but for some reason I picked up the grenades from the camp. Yeah, I find it easier to just come all the way back here and have a bunch of grunts left over so I can just pepper them. I struggled here a little bit. I lost some shield. Just using your assault rifle on the grunts is the best way to go about this part. I wouldn't use your sniper at all. Only use your sniper if it's like on an elite or you absolutely do not have any assault rifle ammo left.
We're directly under the ship now.
This rock that I'm hiding right next to, you can hide behind it, and it's similar to the last level in the fact that enemies will come up to you, but they will never rush you. So this part with the grav lift, once you actually get the waves to start coming down, there's 7 waves. 6 of them are of normal covenant, and everyone is a minor, thankfully. And there's always going to be 1 elite, 4 grunts, and 2 jackals, and they will always come up to this part, this rock here. Be careful if you kill a grunt next to it, because sometimes the explosions can go through the rock. Not sometimes, most of the time, like 9 times out of 10, if you're hiding behind that rock and there's an explosion on the other side, it'll hit you. I don't know why it does that. It does that with other levels as well, but yeah, this little pathway area and this rock is definitely the best area to stay. For the next wave to come down the grav lift, there has to be 1 enemy left, but that also includes these initial grunts that spawn in that jump into the turrets. So if you really want, you can leave one of the grunts in the turret, and then like halfway through a wave just leave 1 jackal and then the other grunt alive, so that's 2 people, so it won't spawn the next wave. And at the very far end of the grav lift there's the next ammo deposit, and you can get some ammo, and there's a health pack there if you need. And then here I got another group of Marines. I've never seen this happen. Super random, but they kind of they helped me a little bit and fucked me over in some ways, but yeah, they just like run through the Covenant and killed some of them. Thankfully they dropped grenades for me later on, so you'll see here. It's super weird. There's like an invisible load zone with this area, and it kind of screwed me over because I think it duplicated some of the waves or made some of the waves come earlier. Like later on, I got a wave of Covenant and a wave of Hunters at the same time. It was super dumb. It was super weird, but yeah, it has something to do with that like in between area. Like you see where that like light fixture is against the wall. I was like basically like tiptoeing up to that area because I knew the grenade was right there, and I like despawned the grenade. And all the Marines were moving around because I could see their flashlights, but they weren't fighting the enemies until I passed like a certain point. They would start fighting again, and that point was always like right against the wall. Like I remembered it. So there's like an invisible load zone there that like activates the enemy AI. Yeah, just be worried about that. Like when they come down the lift, I've had it to where they'll glitch out and there'll be 2 waves coming down when you go through that load zone there, that invisible load zone. Yeah, 6 waves. They're all miners, thankfully. Best thing to do here is just you chill there, shoot at them, pepper them with a little bit of the assault rifle. Thankfully there's so many Marines dying throughout the level. I just always had full AR, but usually in co-op I don't have full assault rifle. Just unload in one grunt until it explodes, and then back up and then wait for all the other ones to explode, if they do. The elite almost all the time, almost every single time a grunt explodes, it kills the elite. If it doesn't, you can use a sniper shot if you want. And then the jackals, they're really easy to get shield off here, especially since they're miners. They don't spam you with the plasma pistol. So if you're no shield, so like if you get hit with a grenade, if you get hit from a grunt explosion through the rock and it takes your shield, oftentimes here the jackals will move up closer to like where those grunts are, and they will just chill there, and you can rush them and get a shield. After the 3rd wave, you get a checkpoint right there. You get a checkpoint right before the Hunters as well. And you can see here I went back and got the ammo for the sniper. It's exactly 16 rounds, so yeah, I'll just show you this gameplay. But it's pretty much all the same. You just, for all 6 waves, you sit there, you kill them, you go up, trigger them, they run up to you. Sometimes they just run straight to you, but it's faster if you go up there and shoot them a little bit. Yeah, if you're no shield, just try and get one of the jackals to move up to the rock. You can just wrap around the rock and smack them once. Use your assault rifle. If you're out of assault rifle, use your nades. That should get you through it. And if for some reason you don't have any more assault rifle or grenades, you can just use your sniper. You want to at least have 4 shots left in the sniper for the Hunters, just to like be safe for the Hunters, because you don't want to like have to melee 2 Hunters to death. At least shoot 1 Hunter. You can melee 1, but I would rather just shoot both of them. And yeah, you can see here I got the music for the Hunters to start coming out. And you should have got a checkpoint there. And yeah, you'll see here it's super weird because I got the group of Covenant that come down, the elite and the squad of grunts, but the hunters also came down. Thankfully they just like were deaf and didn't hear any of the gunshots, but I think one of them came to investigate and had to punch one to death. Thankfully, the other one was just distracted, and I could just shoot it in the back. But yeah, just be careful of like running in between that area because it can like skip waves or get 2 waves to spawn at the same time. So just be right about that.
Cortana to Echo 419. Hold tight, gentlemen. Foehammer out.
Once we're inside the ship, I can home in on the captain's command neural interface. They'll probably be in or near the ship's brig, which should narrow our search.
Echo 419 inbound.
So when you enter this room, you want to get the door opposite of the Wraith to open. And in here is going to be a little passageway, and you're going to be able to go in there if an enemy opens the door. If the Sortily opens the door, you can just headshot him real quick. If the Sortily spawns on the other side of the room, you're going to want to either reset or just wait for, like just kill that elite and then wait for another enemy to open the door on the other side, opposite of the Wraith. Once you go through the side with the camo and the health pack, you want to go rub up against the door frame. Not necessarily door frame, but anywhere in that little like cubby to the left of it. Or I guess if you're entering the door, on the right side there's like that little cubby. You want to just like jump in there and rub up against the door frame. I don't think you need both players to do it, but if you're doing this on co-op, might as well just do that. Once you do that for like 2 to 3 seconds, you're going to go up and wrap around to the other side. There's going to be another cubby there. You want to get right into the corner of it at the top. You see I like look at the corner and then I like run into it and I like keep walking into the corner. You don't have to like keep walking into it, but just make sure you're really in that corner. And if you're in co-op, make sure the other player like stands on another player's head, so you're both like really into that corner. And you just want to wait there for like 2 to 3 minutes, and you should hear the drums kick in. And when that happens, it means you did it correctly, because you're able to open the door and get like a ton of kills. I've done a few different runs of this already. Like I've done this mission twice on LASO. I had to record this mission twice. The first time I got to here, I just had to quit. Like I spent 2.5 hours of this part just because I got such bad RNG. And then in this run we're looking at right now, I did it on like my 3rd try. And yeah, but it's completely RNG based. If you don't get the people to spawn in even after you get the jumps to kick in, you might have to wait in that cubby a little bit longer. Like I usually wait there for like 30 to 40 seconds. Just to be safe, you just wait there for a minute. So like whatever the timer's at in game, I just wait a minute after that. And then I go and just peek at that door, and if I see a bunch of people, I throw a nade, and that should kill everybody. Sometimes it doesn't kill anybody and it's really annoying, but yeah, you want to try and use the grunts as grenades like every other part in the level to kill the elites, but like you cannot kill the elites normally at this part. And you'll see here when he starts rushing me, he'll do that roar, and when he does that, it means pretty much no matter what you do, he's gonna run after you. Unless you hit 2 sniper shots to the face on these guys, they are 3 hit with the sniper. So it's 2 hits to get down the shield, and then 1 headshot to the head, or 2 body shots. So that'd be 4 sniper shots to the body. So like on the wall that we're on right now, like opposite of the Wraith, some sort of it's like the hide on that wall. so you can toss nades to try and get him to move. I would say if you see more than like 5 sword elites, just reset, because it's gonna be a challenge to kill them all. And again, it's completely random how many sword elites and grunts spawn in, so. But yeah, that trick, I would practice that on like normal or easy. That area is the hardest part of the entire mission, just because it's so RNG dependent. And again, like before I did this run, like the day before, I spent like 2 hours at that one part just getting shit RNG, and I just had to restart the mission. And then I just quit because it was just such bad RNG and I had such like shit runs of it. And then, you know, this next day, the recording I have right now, so like the next day, I had a better run of that. I think that only took me like 2 or 3 attempts. So yeah, it's complete RNGesus if you're gonna get through that room. And you know, I feel sorry for you if you can't get past that room, but I promise you that strategy is pretty much the only like most consistent, like easiest way to get through that room. Yeah, once you kill the hunters, pick up the health pack if you need. You're just going to run through these doorways and don't kill anybody. You want to jump down onto the wraith and you want to come stand on this crate here. And you just want to come down and jump onto this crate if the door's not open. If there's no sleeping grunt by the door, you want to jump on the crate and just shoot at the elite a little bit. He'll shoot at you back, but he almost every single time will run towards that door if you're standing on the crate. If you're low in health, there's a health pack in that room. You can pick it up. You could like stand there, shoot, and then run for the health pack. Hopefully nobody else shoots you and makes you visible. And if you do that, the elite should just go right next to the door and open it up for you. But yeah, any way you can get that door open, do. And you just want to try and get through that room before your camo runs out. You can see here my camo ran out early, and the elite really fucked me up. And I was gonna reset. I literally looked at my health and I was like, man, I should reset. And then as I said that, I got a checkpoint, and you can't go back 2 checkpoints in Halo 1. Thankfully there's a jackal right behind the corner, so I got shield from him. This hallway, it's pretty tough. I got a pretty good shot on the elite and grunts. You're probably not going to get that shot. The best thing I can say is just use your grenades. Yeah, use your grenades and AR and sniper. just use everything to get through there, because there's enough health and ammo in the next part. And this next part we're gonna do a skip. And again, if you've seen Halo Completionist, we're gonna use the same skip. But I just want to show you how I go through the room. It's not too particular. The only things you need to do is just kill the elite up top, and then the squad of grunts or squad of jackals, sometimes an elite down below on the floor you're on. You just want to take out those guys as well. As soon as you enter the room, as soon as you hit the door frame, you just need to fucking book it for the health pack, because there's going to be 2 squads of people spawning on your right, and they will absolutely destroy you if you don't go for the health. Yeah, you want to run to the other side of the room. Sometimes you can get a checkpoint if you clear out everybody in that other area, but then they'll spawn people over here, so I don't recommend doing that. And you want to pick up the overshield and come up to these 2 crates. On the very leftmost crate, get on the top right corner, and then look at this weird like oval, like half circle on the wall. That's where you're going to throw your second grenade. And then the other grenade, you just want to look not all the way down, but down enough to where you can throw the grenade and it won't hit the geometry of the box you're standing on. And you want to throw a grenade there, and then you immediately look up at the other one and throw a grenade there. Jump right as both of them explode. Go on like easy and practice that jump, get the timing right. But once you do actually get the timing down for that, you want to make sure you're actually like clear of the ledge, like where you stand. You can look up and see where you are, and make sure you're not going to like bop your head on the ceiling. You want to get up there and crouch right at the last second. You don't want to crouch too early because you're going to lose all your height. If you crouch too late, you obviously just won't make it up there. But once you do, I have shield here. I don't know if that's random, but if you do actually have shield here, or if you don't have shield there, you just want to hug the wall and make sure you don't get shot by anyone else, because sometimes they can look up and shoot you. Here I come into the side passage, and I take out the 2 elites on the far end. If you don't miss your shots like me, you're able to kill those 2 elites without anyone noticing. And then here I got super lucky. The sword elite was like coming at me in a straight line, and I was on keyboard and mouse, so I just absolutely destroyed it with 2 headshots. But I guarantee you're probably not going to be able to do that on console, maybe not on your first attempt. Here you just want to stay in this room. There's a little window you can look out of, but you just want to shoot the grunts with your assault rifle, pepper them, get them to blow up other people. You want to actually save your grenades here. You can use maybe 1 here, but I don't. I just use my assault rifle. I saw this elite was hiding here, so I just went for him. But he saw me at the last second, but he was pretty weak from the plasma explosions. But yeah, that ammo packet, that ammo storage over there, that ammo drop over in the hallway, you want to just go over there first before you go to any other ammo. Yeah, once all the elites die, there will be a jackal that comes out behind you. Going through these hallways, it's just the same old song and dance that we've been using for the whole game. That's just kill the grunts, have them blow up. You do have grenades for the jackals later on if you need it, but again, I don't advise using the grenades. I would save all your grenades for when you're escaping here with keys. You'll see here I have camo. There's a camo packet right there. You don't have to do it this way, but I just tried this out. I don't actually do this that much. This is probably the first time I've tried this, but it worked out pretty well for me. I used the camo and I just ran to the very end, and I killed the sword elite and the 2 camo elites, and then threw a nade because the stealth elites, they drop lots of grenades. And I just cleaned up the grunts. Sometimes you can get destroyed by the grunts there, but I didn't. And then I eventually came back and cleaned up the jackals because they would give me shield. And as you see here, I run all the way back to this ammo deposit. Make sure you have sniper ammo and grenades. That's just the most important part. Assault rifle you don't really need, because that's more for like just like peppering grunts, but escaping with keys it's a completely different game at that point. And you want to just use your sniper. Yeah, like you want to kill the enemies as fast as possible. And you'll see here, this is a compilation of keys getting killed / killing himself. In this first part here, you just want to rush the door and throw a grenade. Sometimes the grenade will go through the door. The explosion will go through the door, I meant, and it'll weaken the elites. It won't kill them, but it'll make them weak. But yeah, you'll see here, Keys just killing himself left and right. Keys just becomes a world dictator with his needler, because if he starts firing it at anybody and they die from it, it's pretty much catastrophic because of the boom skull. If you eventually do get out of this room without Keys dying, the way I do this is I just try and kill absolutely everybody as fast as possible without getting Keys aggroed on the enemies. So here I just want to snipe the elite. If he runs back, toss a nade, try and get him out. You can snipe the grunts. You just want to get that elite dead as fast as possible, because a lot of times the Marines will start fighting the elite and then it'll go to hide, and then they want to like rush the elite because they want to investigate where it went. And 9 times out of 10, Keys will just get absolutely fucking demolished by the elite. So you just want to take out the elite as fast as possible and make sure they're not rushing up. Like you see here, like I looked at the grunts for 2 seconds and a Marine ran up and tossed a nade, and that very easily could have been Keys that tossed that grenade, but thankfully he didn't even die from throwing it. Yeah, once you get to this part of the mission, it's pretty much over. There's like 3 more elites left. There's just a ton of grunts. If you have full sniper and full nades, you're pretty much in the clear. The 2 ammo pockets in the cells have health packs, so you can go up, you and your buddy can get ammo and health. And then here, last checkpoint. In the speedrun, you would aggro the Marines to skip the dialogue, but you don't have to do this here because again, it's not a speedrun. But doing the skip we did in the hangar with the 2 grenades and the overshield, that gets it so the game thinks we never left that area. And you know you got that because you'll hear the like Brothers in Arms music track in the background. End the level faster, like 1 minute faster, I guess, on LASO. You can aggro the Marines, but you have a chance of having an angry Keys on LASO throwing grenades at you, which isn't a risk I want to take. I'd rather just wait the minute. The hardest LASO mission in Halo 1 done. If you need help, my gamertag will be in the description. You can look at it. But that's it for the hardest LASO mission in Halo 1. We'll see you on the Silent Cartographer. Peace.